Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, as you can see, we've already started here.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
Lizarazu, an instinct. Oh, shooting chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Decent chance! Lahm gets it clear. Really fierce, close defending. And that's been drilled in, and that is expertly dealt with. Now it's Puskás. Great ball if he can get there.
Pretty robust defending.
Cannavaro with a definite fell there. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. And Puskás! Driving forward. Out to the left it goes. And that is as far as they're going to go. And it's Lahm. And that has not gone well. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Nicely weighted ball. Oh, good spread. He's found a way through. And a chance! Oh, brilliant from Yamal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I guess this ought to...
Decent chance! It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Ukraine are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to...
And the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Now that is commitment to the cause. It's their second corner of the game. Big chance! Just off target.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Threads one in. That is ended up in no man's land. Looking for options for movement. Gravenberg. Can he get it through? Yamal. And he cuts out the supply. Knocks it into space. Bellingham running with the ball. Lizarazu in acres of space out wide. And that's gone loose. Showing good feet. That is good strength. And he stands tall, impenetrable. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Ibrahimovic. It'll be a throw-in. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Gattuso plays it through. No, he's just misjudged that one. And he was alert to it. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Mbappe! It's there! An act of charity gratefully received.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Barcelona get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Del Piero. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Maldini is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Gattuso. And it's Bellingham. Passing is crisp and sharp. No way through. That's a lovely, neat pass. Great vision. Tries a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 3 coming up. Yamal. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's picked his way through. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Gattuso is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Well, some are shouting for a corner, but the referee says goal kick. Oh, can he get onto this? Short changes him with that pass. And we've reached half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
And the action is back on the way.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Barcelona come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
He's gone for goal. Corner number 4 coming up here. Now it's Pelé, looking for the run. Ball swung in.
Well, that kind of touch usually leads to a mouthful from several angles.
Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba. And he goes cross-field.
Good switch, that.
Pelé conjures time and space where few can. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. He is through, and he shoots! And the keeper couldn't hold it. It's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Pelé is onto it in a flash. Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And that was nowhere near his best. Scholes. And that is a little undercooked. Gattuso. And here's Del Piero. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
El dorsal 8 serán sustituidos por el dorsal 17, el dorsal 21.
Well, it was a chance, but meat and drink for the keeper.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
Gravenberg wins the duel this time. Thuram. Gravenberg. Now Gattuso. And it's Ibrahimovic. Pele will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Fires it in low. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Yamal. Yamal making good progress on the right-hand side. Pele tries to play it through. And Romario!
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Gravenberg. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And this is Pele. Pele is flagged offside. Jordi Alba. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Pele going about things with real menace. Now it's Gattuso. Opts to... shapes to shoot! Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete. Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, talk about making the most of a momentary lapse in concentration. He was just that little bit quicker and smarter than everyone else around him.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
Played into the box.
Barcelona really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And he's managed to get free. And across. And that should get the job done. Oh, truly brave defending.
Well, what can you say about that? Just about everything was stacked against him, and he still came through.
No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And it's Romario. And we're done. Barcelona have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So off we go then.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
What's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
He's on it, can he get away? Referee's had a good look and given a corner. And we have our very first corner. Rijkaard! Cannavaro gets it clear. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Gattuso. Now it's Yamal. Now it's De Jong. Neymar. Rafinha. Knocks it into space. Vieira. Totti.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
He's through here. He's onside. Decent chance! Oh, crossbar! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
De Jong did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Great chance! They've scored! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Tries to play it through, and this is Neymar. And that was very necessary. That's a throw. Lahm. Oh, good take in a good area. That's a pretty loose pass. And he's gone backward here. Gravenberch! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
They're probably getting frustrated by the lack of chances, I suppose. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Bullet dominates aerially so often. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Totti. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Well, it is plumb centre, but it is a fair way out on the very cusp of credible shooting range. Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
Barcelona do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs.
Well, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Probably be looking to play it square from here. Neymar, very much a man of this moment.
This is the time you need that pace.
Gravenberg. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Played back in, strokes it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
He's in a great position here. Chance! Oh, taken with style. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Gravenberg. Good ball, good take. That is ended up in no man's land. And here's Hullet. Knocks it out wide. Very nicely done. Nicely weighted ball. Cafu, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
De Jong. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Neymar. And the half-time whistle goes. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Barcelona certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 9.
And we're underway again.
El dorsal 14.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
El dorsal 17.
Barcelona come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And he's being shifted off it. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 20. Será sustituido por el dorsal
Gattuso.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Totti. Nice looking ball. Just eases him off the ball.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Totti. De Jong is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Now it's Pelé. Pelé going full tilt down the left.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just takes a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, shooting chance! Shot could be on.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Mbappe is onto this. Rafinha has it in a wide position.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
Barcelona have their second corner now.
Será reemplazado por el dorsal 24. Cambio de jugadores.
Climbs up big! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Time and again they are repelled. Neymar is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Ibrahimovic. Pele. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Bellingham. And that pass just didn't quite work. Denilson. Denilson. Good purposeful running this. Neymar was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Out to the left it goes. And it's Ibrahimovic. Driving forward. Backward it goes. And he's had a hit! Rui Costa! Explosive! A finish right from the top draw! Right back in the game! The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
We have got ourselves a game. Applies the finish! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And this is Pele.
Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Suarez might just make this. Thuram. Half an hour gone in the second half. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Shot a goal! Oh, that could cost them.
Ibrahimovic clearly knows that he let himself down there. He'd like another pop at that one, but that's not how it works.
Ibrahimovic. Now it's Vieri. Rafinha. Rafinha going face-to-face with his great rival. Cross goes in there. Cafu with the clearance. Quality ball. Now it's Luis Suarez. Oh, that's a key interception. Denilson. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And he's straight offside. And the keeper's given it away. Denis having a shot! It's in! 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. Terrible error, duly punished.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Gattuso. And this is Vieri. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Not the most accurate pass. Rafinha. He won't be happy with that one. Neymar. Denilson. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, that's been cut out, well played. Abbiati sends that a long way. 4 extra minutes added on. Rafinha picks it up out wide. Thuram concedes a free kick for that. Thuram has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm.
Well, when the ref tells you you're going to get booked next time, you should listen.
Rijkaard gets it away. And it's Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! The whistle has gone and it is all over. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. And as you can see, we've already started here.
Claude Makélélé is, in my opinion, a player that revolutionised the role of the defensive midfielder. He highlighted the importance of the ugly side of the game.
The original, and still perhaps the best.
I'd say so. Many have tried to emulate him, but nobody's managed it.
Threads one in. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Big chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Bebeto actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Makélélé is there, and he can get that clear. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Cech breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Gravenberch, nicely shaped ball. Gravenberch is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Picked out brilliantly. And it's made its way to him. Shapes to shoot! Same again, same outcome.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Tries to get it clear. So, third corner of the game. Oh, important interception. And here's Roberto Carlos. He's had goal! This looks promising. Barcelona, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And this is Ronaldinho. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Another pass, just keeps it, shoots! And that is quite wonderful! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Manchester United take the lead.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Manchester United are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter...
And the shot! They've done it! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team.
He's got all. Goal! Manchester United! And they get themselves in front! Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And this is Bebeto. That's a throw. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Half an hour played now. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Bebeto. Del Piero is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Dixon. And this is Bebeto. Oh, really cute. What a lovely series. Shot, surely! It's there! And they're at it again in double quick time. That was easy, almost too easy.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
Manchester United take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Now the ball's gone astray. And that is out of play. Xavi Alonso. Dixon. It's Xavi Alonso. Piqué does really well to win the ball there.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And it's Ronaldinho. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Neymar. Crunching tackle. And this is Bebeto. Ronaldinho. Nice interception, well timed. Has crossed into the middle. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. And we've reached half-time.
Substitutions taking place.
Here we go again then.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Shot a goal! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Cannavaro. Couldn't squeeze it through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Barcelona really could have done without this to increase the lead. And that's a poor pen.
Not the best spot kick I've ever seen, but they've got to keep their heads up and chase this game.
Now it's Platini. A probing pass. And there's green grass ahead of him. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Bebeto. Alonso tries a measured ball. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Dumfries. Oh, that's a fine interception. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, super ball. Climbs up big. Oh, crossbar. And he's there to belt it away.
71,649.
And that's definitely not his best. Can he get it through? That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Denzel Dumfries. Barcelona are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Gullit. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Neymar. He's found a way through. And this is Ibrahimovic. And he's straight offside. Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Number 21, Bebeto.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
Ronaldinho.
Pass somewhat off target.
Coming on the field. Number 11.
It's a searching pass.
Number 23.
Dumfries.
Gullit. Number
Gullit.
19. Neymar.
Dumfries.
Substitution.
Can he get on the end of this? And the shot! Sensational from Eto'o! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Manchester United grab a 3-goal. There's the shot! That's a decent clearance.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
And he's picked it up out wide. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Tries to pass it through. Fired deep towards the back post. And here's Neymar. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And now the breakaway. And no, he's seen through all of that. And it's Gullit. Played out wide. Roberto Carlos has it in a wide. It's a mighty effort! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Piqué. Thuram. And it's Makalele. Cannavaro. Now it's Gullit. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Gullit. Now Platini. And this is Vieri. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Neymar. Now that looks a decent ball. Great ball, and the shot! That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
He rises! Yes! It is no contest. It is a landslide. Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
It's become a case of men against boys. Xavi Alonso. Neymar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Neymar goes steaming. Oh, shooting chance! And he couldn't quite make it 6.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Now he's off and running. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Neymar driving on and making good progress. He's looking wide. Played in, but oh, what a climb! Really well taken goal. How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast. And the referee brings it to a close. Barcelona have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome. Your final thoughts, Jim?
One-sided and only one winner, Peter. The players didn't show enough togetherness and it was weak throughout.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. So Jim Beglin, what is your interpretation of the way they appear to be lining up?
Conservatism would appear to be at play, Peter. However, we don't quite know what their motives are just yet. It could well be as it looks, but it might also be a way of deceiving the opposition into thinking that they're just going to sit back and then hope to produce an aggressive counter-attack or two. This system can accommodate that, and I certainly hope we're going to get something positive in response, and it's not going to be all defence.
Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too, such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponent alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there, and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
Now it's Mbappe. And he welcomes it in. Yamal! Oh, the ball's run loose. In he goes again.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Tries to thread one through. Played into space out wide. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Marquinhos wins the duel this time. Cafu. Barcelona are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Cafu made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
That's an imaginative pass. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. And the shot! Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. So we're still where we started right now. Passing is crisp and sharp. Cafu spots it and intercepts. Now it's Pelé. Gattuso. Pelé. Now there's a fine ball. Looking for a runner. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Davids plays a sharp little ball here. Cafu, he's found a way through. Bullish header! Oh, crossbar! Pelé. And it's Neymar. Now it's Mbappe. Costa Curta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Floated through. Gattuso. To Thuram. Lahm. Can he get on the end of this?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Davids. 30 minutes gone. Cannavaro. And it's Gravenberch. Nicely spread. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pelé. Pelé takes control of it and he's on the move. That's going to go a long way. And reclaimed it in a trice. And Yamal played back. And the pass is intercepted. Hullet. Can he get it through? Lahm calmly anticipates. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Ibrahimovic has given away a free kick. That is ended up in no man's land. Searching passes played there. Hullet showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Lahm. Gattuso. Gravenberg has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Now it's Pelé. Pelé. And that has been clubbed away. And it's Thuram. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Serginho goes on a run down the left wing. Oh, that's fabulous. Deep cross. And there's the end of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Barcelona may probably be feeling a little aggrieved about not capitalising on such a bright start. Their mood at half-time should be more upbeat. The glass remains half full and it should spur them on.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. That gets things going for the second half.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Now it's Pelé. Neymar. And it's Lahm. Gattuso.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest.
And the finish! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And he's straight offside. Neymar, a player who needs no introduction. Yamal, and here's Mbappe. And that has been slung wide. Up towards the hour mark, and still no goals. Well, that has not gone well. Davids, and it's Hullet. Thuram gets across to intercept that. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Yamal. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's found some space. It's Neymar! Oh, that is asking for trouble. And again. He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. They just took too long getting forward.
Mbappe cannot be that slow. And it took the sting out of the break and a big chance wasted.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Numero 11. Lasciano il campo per il numero 23. Il numero 2. Cambio di giocatori.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Knocks it into space. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Cannavaro. And he goes cross-field.
Well spotted.
Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. Lahm. What a throw in. Beckenbauer. Aimed beyond the defence. It's a pretty loose pass. Piqué. Tries to pass it through. Rui Costa can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Del Piero. That's a nicely weighted pass. Costa Curta. It's a searching pass. Oh, that's well spotted. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Cannavaro. Piqué. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. Now it's Neymar. Nicely weighted ball. Del Piero.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, what has happened here? Crossed in again. Up he goes! Oh, the ball's come loose here. He can get that clear. Cannavaro. And it's Del Piero. Tries to play it through. A corner it is then.
Sostituzione per il Milan.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Crosses it in here. Rui Costa. Now it's Vieri. That is good alertness. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Referee's given a throw.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage.
That's that, the end. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Barcelona can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Turns and goes back.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, strongly challenged there. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Neymar. Out to the left it goes. Well, you could make a case to say, Jim, that Park Ji-sung is the most successful Asian export ever.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Hugely popular, and it's hard to argue if you look at his record at the very top level. A player with an impeccable work ethic and discipline, and he has the knack of turning up at all the big games too.
Fiore. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Neymar. And here's Mbappe. And here's Rafinha. Fiore. Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, what has happened here? Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And here's Del Piero. Del Piero. Oh, shooting chance! And he's following up! And he was alert to it. Robertson. It's a pretty loose pass. Neither side yet able to find the net. Fiore. Rafinha. Makaleli is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Well, they've got it again.
Barcelona are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Mbappe! Bellingham! Fiore. So, what can they make of this? And they're not going to make any further progress now. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Makaleli. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Xavi Alonso. Rafinha. Xavi Alonso. That's been cut out, well played. Rafinha. And here's Mbappe. And he's picked it up out wide.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Fiore. Looking for the run. And no, that was never going to make it. Neymar. That's good running with the ball. Now it's Del Piero. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Rafinha. Bellingham. Fiore. Lizarazu gets across to intercept that. And here's Del Piero. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's Del Piero. And he's there to retrieve it. Spread out to the left. Makaleli. And Del Piero. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Lizarazu with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Engages and forces him off the ball. Robertson. He's on it. Can he get away? And there is the half-time whistle. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How would you review the first half?
Solid. Very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 40. Numero 6.
There's the start of the second half.
Barcelona clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Barcelona do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Oh, that is a nice touch. No way through, so back it comes.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Rijkaard. Looking to play him in.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's in a great position here. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Yamal. And it's Bellingham. And it's Ibrahimovic. Lizarazu is looking to influence the game from out wide. Barcelona looking to pass their way through. So we've reached the hour mark. And this is Ibrahimovic. And that is expertly dealt with. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Now it's Ibrahimovic. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Lizarazu. Piqué. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Mohamed Salah receives it in a wide position. He has found the way through. It's Salah! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Mohamed Salah actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Barcelona perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Neymar calmly anticipates. Xavi Alonso. Now Fiore.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Ibrahimovic. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
That has ended up in no man's land. Makaleli tries to pass it through. Looking to go deep.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Robertson going vertical. Well timed, excellent interception. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Driving forward. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Lizarazu gets a foot in here. Oh, nicely intercepted. Fiore. Xavi Alonso is always scanning the pitch for targets.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And this is Ibrahimovic. Lizarazu does really well to win the ball. So that's it. It is all over. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim? Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. The unmistakable great chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Nicely aimed pass. And here's Mbappe, Yamal. Maradona. Roberto Carlos. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Can he get it through? Pelé.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. White. Nedved. Maradona. And it's Nedved. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Mbappe. Pelé. He's onside. White attempt. Oh, he's chance for a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Roberto Carlos. And it's Gravenberch. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And this is Neymar. White did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Nedved. Passing is crisp and sharp. White receives it in a wide position. Pullet.
Barcelona are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
And it's made its way to him. It's Neymar! Nedved. That's good running with the ball. And it's Maradona. That is good strength. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
White didn't really give anyone a chance to attack the cross. He could and should have waited.
Maradona could try cutting inside here. Maradona will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Mbappe going face to face with his great rival. He's found a way through. Big chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Neymar. Now that looks a decent ball. And the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 2 then. And he's managed to get rid. And now a sudden chance to counter. Tries to play it through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space...
Batistuta! Looking for the run. Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Batistuta.
Batistuta really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
White. That's a promising run he's making on the right. He's shifting through the gears here. Played into them. Can he finish? An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Piqué is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending. And it's Lam. Makalele. And he welcomes it in. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. This possibly the last play of the half. Real chance! That's not going far. A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Barcelona can be pretty happy with their production line, but they still need some lubrication in one or two places to create a flow.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And the second half gets underway.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Not the most accurate pass.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Barcelona come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
And Hullet! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And he lines up, he gets big! It's in!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort, simply fantastic.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Gravenberch is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, super find. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Oh, that's an excellent interception.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Rafinha. Now this could be a chance. He's had a shot! It's a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
So their fourth corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Great defending, strong and determined. But he's well positioned here. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. Maradona looking to play him in. Cannavaro does really well to win the ball there.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And he's only too happy to take that back. Makaleli. Rafinha. Has a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Barcelona clearly are pushed.
And it's been given away.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
El dorsal 18 serán sustituidos por el dorsal 24, el dorsal 13, el dorsal 21.
Roberto Carlos.
Ibrahimovic. Cambio de jugadores.
Here's Nedved. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Roberto Carlos. And it's Vieira. And it's Nedved. Knocks it out wide. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. And that should get the job done. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Now it's Yamal. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. That has been cut short.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Aimed beyond the defence. Platini. Now it's Vieri.
Habrá 3 minutos.
Looking for options for movement. And the shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, that is a nice touch. There's the shot! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
White is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Sané, probing pass.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling it.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner, Peter, look no further.
Lionel Messi, the great genius himself. It felt almost unfair at times, didn't it, the way he just seemed to sweep the opposition aside. Even traditional bogey teams were just powerless to resist him when he was on his game.
Yeah, and I remember one game against the boys from Madrid when that famous front three were simply unplayable. They each scored a goal, with Messi grabbing the last one to put the icing right on the cake.
It's a searching pass. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Bellingham. Bellingham! Oh, it's come off the upright. Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Ibrahimovic duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Poland finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Bellingham gets into a good position. It's a mighty effort! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Pele looks to get on the end of this. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Thuram, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Sané pings in across. First quarter of an hour gone. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Carvajal promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Mendes. Nuno Mendes. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Lizarazu is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Makaleli. Sané. Tries to pass it through. Picked out brilliant. There's the shot!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Mbappe!
Barcelona really are making good use of that right-hand side. The light is very much the colour green. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make. Whether
He's having a shot! He's scored! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
And it's Carvajal. Half an hour played now. Makaleli has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Looking for the run. That's been cut out, well played. Mbappe takes control of it and he's on the move. Pele. And it's Xavi. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Pele. Oh, nice touch. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Barcelona presented with a golden opportunity here. So this to extend their lead. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Barcelona find a position of real strength now. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Makaleli is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Vitinha. Ball played for Xavi. He came in hard, very hard. Gabriel makes the interception. Messi. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Taken back almost at once. And this is Pele. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And the first half is done. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
Barcelona absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves. Just stay calm and see this one out.
Barcelona are relentlessly steamrolling their way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply.
Substitution for Poland, number 11, Pele.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Number 14, Rafinha.
Lizarazu going full steam ahead down the left flank. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Vitinha, distributed tidily. He's found a way through. And Messi! He was certain to score. It is an inexplicable miss.
Poland certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Ambitious ball here. Lizarazu receives it in a wide position.
Barcelona clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Substitution for Poland, number 23.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Coming on the field
Makaleli.
is number 22, Hadrian. Substitutions taking place.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he get it through? And this is Ronaldo. He's one-on-one, surely!
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Now it's Mbappe. That has been cut short. Played into space. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Barcelona do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Pelé. Played out wide. Now it's Neymar. Very nicely done. Neymar going face to face with his great rival. Lizarazu with the delivery. And he's there to get it away. And we have our very first corner. And it's hoisted clear. Real chance here. And that's been drilled in. Poland have the chance to go the other way. Neymar. Rijkaard. Shoots!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Nicely shaped ball. Messi pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. And it's Neymar. Great skill, that's nice.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up and...
Big header! Yes! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for...
And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Just a quick announcement, and an exciting one too. We're about to announce today's lottery numbers. Please watch the screen if you have a ticket.